My fellow flames, are free-to-play games like the universal smash hit Where Winds Meet going to end the AAA game market? No. Are gacha games such as Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and upcoming ones like Arknight's Enfield and Silver Palace going to be the death of AAA games? No. However, what I think games specifically like Where Winds Meet will do is send a message to other game developers all over the world when it comes to developing a brand new game going forward into the future. Where Winds Meet has been a smash hit all over the world, being one of the most successful games of 2025, raising the game's player base to over 20 million across the globe. This is huge for a free-to-play game. Specifically, the reason why Where Winds Meet specifically is such a highlight and why this has done something that not many other free-to-play games has done is because not only did it reach over 20 million players worldwide, within its first month of release, it was maintaining a large portion of its player base just on Steam alone. That wasn't including console, that wasn't including mobile because it hadn't released yet, and at the same time, this is a huge deal for the games like Where Winds Meet. This is a huge deal for the free-to-play game market, because how does Where Winds Meet make its money? Cosmetics. People are still calling this game, people that don't play this game and that are refusing to play this game are calling this the end of AAA games, and also calling this a gacha slop game. Now here's the thing, does it have gacha within the game? Yes. Does it benefit the gameplay at all? No. What does it benefit? How cool you look. It's a cosmetic gacha, and many other free-to-play games that have released over the years have done something very, very similar. Maybe not in a gacha format, but they've released paid skins, paid cosmetics, paid weapon skins, and other things, other cosmetic items throughout the game's lifespans, because that's what makes the game sell. What's one thing that people love? Cosmetics. What's one people that people love? To look epic and awesome in these kinds of games. So they really have outdone themselves and really have found the perfect balance between a AAA quality game experience and having the gacha element for you to look as badass and as cool as possible. This game has taken the world by storm, and I don't think people understand that this is actually a good thing for the AAA game market, because this is then going to entice AAA game developers to follow suit, maybe not in the gacha element, but more of a cosmetic element, which means they can put as much effort as they like into the game they're developing, making a masterpiece, a 10 out of 10 quality game, but then having the monetization push not towards paying $70, $80, $90 for a lackluster game experience, but instead they can improve on the game, create more updates for the game, they can make the game's quality even better, and then push their focus to make money and monetization to cosmetics, to push money and monetization to expansion packs. Now, with Where Winds Meet, all of the content is free, all of the gameplay content is free, and the only thing you need to pay for is cosmetics. Now, when it comes to gacha games like character gachas, and gacha games like Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact and Arknight's Enfield and ZZZ and all these other gacha games that require you to put money in the game for a character, now that's where you could go, but these games are so predatory, because you can't play the game without paying for the brand new character, because the content becomes outdated, which means the characters you currently have are going to become unplayable unless you play the story, and the story is only 3 to 4 hours per patch, which is every 6 weeks, so what's the point in playing it? Games like Wuthering Waves, their quality has actually improved a lot since launch, to the point where people are renowned it as a, maybe not a AAA game, but like a AA game, or they're calling it like a AA plus game, where it's on the way to become AAA game quality, even though it has a character gacha. Now, the reason why there's backlash behind what I'm talking about today is because if you guys remember, Expedition 33 at the Game Awards cleaned house. It won every single award it was nominated for, except for the Player's Voice Award. And what won the Player's Voice Award? A gacha game. Which gacha game? Wuthering Waves. Now, Where Winds Meet couldn't enter itself or couldn't get nominated into the Game Awards in 2025 because I think it released past the threshold and past the due date of entry. But next year, maybe, depending on how the game does, which I think it's going to continue to do absolutely amazing and grow its popularity and grow its player base, I believe next year we could see Where Winds Meet nominated for best mobile game of the year, and I don't take that lightly. I do honestly do believe that. But when it comes down to Wuthering Waves beating Expedition 33, being the only game to defeat Expedition 33, there was a heap amount of backlash, and a lot of the backlash came from the fact that a lot of the people that were complaining haven't even played Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves, in my opinion, has become an independent, story-based game. There's gacha elements to it. Yes, it's a character gacha, which means the character that you get, the brand new character per patch, is going to be universally, for the most part, not every time, but for the most part, better than the character that came before it, which is then going to entice you to put money into the game, which, yes, is predatory, but gacha games have been a thing for quite some time. But the quality of gacha games have improved, hence why Wuthering Waves won at the Players' Voice Award. Remember, the Players' Voice Award is 100% voted by players across the world, and Wuthering Waves won the Players' Voice Award. I do honestly believe games like Where Winds Meet, now specifically this video was to talk about Where Winds Meet, but I wanted to add the segment of talking about Wuthering Waves in there because the points are still valid of what I was talking about. However, a game like Where Winds Meet is a huge deal in the gaming community. If you haven't played it, I really do consider you go and play it. If you like Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei, if you liked Black Myth Wukong, if you played it, if you like Soulsborne games, if you like open world adventure games, if you like a game with a good story but an even better player experience, please play the game, because you can get everything needed through gameplay for free. You don't need to put money into the game. If you want to put money into the game, you only have to do so for cosmetics. You don't have to do it to increase and improve your player experience, unless of course that player experience increases depending on how your character looks. In that case, you're screwed. I'm sorry, you're ruined. That's just the way. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. If you want to look the best you possibly can, your wallets are going to be empty by the end of your player's of your player experience of this game. But anyway, jokes aside, that's what I wanted to really talk about. Is Wuthering Waves, yes, is a character gacha that won the Game Awards, which caused a lot of this controversy. But games like Where Winds Meet are going to elevate the development of AAA games and other game developers that want to go down a different route, being the cosmetic route when it comes down to monetization, not the overall paying experience for the game. You don't need to pay $70, $80, $90 for a game, because games like Where Winds Meet are showing developers, or should be showing developers, that a good high quality game can be made for free and can make money elsewhere. Or, now I don't mind paying $20, $30, $40 for a game, absolutely not. I don't mind paying $50 for a game. But when you go to the $70, $80, $90 mark, that's a lot of money. And when the quality of the game that you're getting isn't what you paid for, or isn't equivalent to what you paid for, that's a problem. Now, what I'm going to show you is a clip from me reacting to the new content of Where Winds Meet coming up in the future. And I go on a little bit of a tangent, and I kind of crash out a little bit, because I was talking to a few of my friends prior to making that video, talking about how much they don't like the fact that Where Winds Meet is as popular, or don't understand that Where Winds Meet is as popular as it is. So without further ado, I'm going to play the clip for you right now. It's about a 4 or 5 minute clip. It's a pretty hefty amount, but the points are valid. And it's not just talking about gacha games, and it's not just talking about Where Winds Meet. It's talking about how other independent games that don't cost this extortionate amount of money do exceptionally well, and why more developers should focus on quality, not quantity.
The game got a new mystic art, which is basically ink structure. This is learnable, by the way, via an event, and this lets you craft your own flying vehicles. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom style, which absolutely...
You know for a fact, and I can speak from experience, one of my good friends is a Zelda fanboy. Like, he eats, sleeps, speaks Zelda. He is a Zelda fanatic. When he heard this was a thing, because he did his own research on the game, right? And he saw this image. He saw this from the CN version of the game. Oh my god, did he have a heart attack? Oh my god, did he have a heart attack? And not in the positive way. He does not like this. He is an advocate of anti-gacha games or free-to-play games that do this well. He's one of those people that go, well, you know, the poor AAA games... Poor AAA game developers. He's actually one of those people that cried near enough. He got very angry that a gacha game, it's not really a gacha game. It's got gacha elements, but I wouldn't consider it a soul solely a gacha game. But it's got cosmetic gachas. I think character gachas are more of a gacha game than these things. I think this game has, to call it a free-to-play schlop gacha, I think he's not doing the game justice, and I don't think it's fair on the developers and on Where Winds Meet. I think this game is really setting the staple of the fact that a game can make hundreds and thousands to millions of dollars without charging $70, $80, $90 for the game. I'm going to tell you something right now. Ghost of Yotei and Ghost of Tsushima are amazing games. They're brilliant games. God of War, an amazing game. Spider-Man, an amazing game. But you know what else makes them games that sell well? Quality. But you know what? How many countless other games have released in the past couple years that have been so lackluster in quality that no one's buying them? And the AAA devs go, oh, I don't understand. We've put so much hard work into the game. Absolutely. Any game that gets made from the ground up, they put a lot of work into it. I'm not taking that away from the developers. However, unfortunately, the quality compared to the price doesn't match up. Doesn't match up. There's a reason why games like Silk Song sold an abysmal amount of copies and was nominated for multiple Game of the Year awards. Multiple awards at the Game Awards. You know? Because it was a very well-built game. A good quality game that people loved all over the world. And they charged £20 or £15, which is like $20 to $25 for a game that is a side-scrolling, Souls-like, puzzle-solving kind of adventure game, right? But it's the quality of the content you're putting out, which is obviously what's going to make people want to spend the money. And in recent years, games have not, AAA games that are charging you money have been lackluster and not been the best. Look at Expedition 33. That game cleared house. That game cleared house. But by the way, worth it, by the way, deserved. Every single person, from the talent to the developers, worked hard for this game, and it won just deserved. It won everything, other than one award, which Wuthering Waves won. But it won everything other than that, the Player's Voice Award. And guess what? That game wasn't more expensive than £35. And the deluxe edition was £45. That's half of what most of the AAA games of today, charge. And look what happened. But that's why I'm saying, when people complain about games like Where Winds Meet do this well, and they cry about it, going, I don't understand. Why are these free-to-play games, why are these gacha games making more money? I don't get it. It's not fair. This is part of the problem, because now people are going to want to make more free-to-play gacha games. People are going to want to make more free-to-play games. Oh no, it's going to destroy the AAA market. No, it's not. It's not. It's going to entice AAA developers and AAA companies to downsize the price but increase the quality of the content. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And we're going to see a lot more games like this releasing over the next 5 years. 3 to 5 years. I guarantee it. Next year is flooded with them. I'm not even joking. Next year is flooded with them. And this game, I think, is going to be in the top 5 of all of these games if it keeps delivering what it's been delivering. Side ramble, by the way. Sorry about that. I'm terribly sorry about that. But I wanted to make it very clear that games like Where Winds Meet do well. Free-to-play games do well. Gacha games do well. And are very profitable because the quality of the game is very high. So people are going to be enticed to spend money on these games. Specifically games like Where Winds Meet. There's no character gacha, there's no benefit. There's no gameplay benefit other than the fact that you look cool. Right. Anyway, thank you for listening. My goodness.